Hi, I'm Dawn Aziz, Director of Organization and Employee Development, and this is a quick video to help anybody as they begin thinking about updating approved performance goals. And so I'm logged in as a sample user, and I'd like to update my goal. My manager approved them in the annual performance planning process, and I'll see that there's nothing for me to do in my tasks. The way that I need to come to update my goals is what we call that hamburger menu, the 3 lines, more officially known as the navigation menu. And I'm going to click on performance and goals. And here I can see that I have an opportunity to approve a goal that had been approved. I am on track for implementing a certain form of technology to achieve a certain outcome by a certain date. This is just my example, shorthand version of a goal. And I could update that goal as simply as adjusting my progress slider bar. I know that I'm about, let's see, I'm about 40% of the way through of completing this goal as I think about my due date and the work that was required that I'm on deck to achieve. And I could simply do that and move on. Or if I click the drop down arrow for edit, I could modify the goal. In fact, I could modify the title, the description, the start, the end date, and the weight if my goal has evolved and the priorities of my unit have changed over time. However, if I make significant changes, like the start and end date, the weight, and the title, my manager will be asked to reapprove those changes. If I have nothing major that's changed, and I just want to make note that this has been done and the feedback was received as part of that process, I could make notes like this, and that would not require manager approval, and I could click submit. I also could attach files if I chose. So anything I want to say as comments about that goal, I could add in that description box, won't require manager approval. And when my manager logs into their performance goals as part of that hamburger or navigation menu, they would see a tab here that says team goals. And upon clicking on it, for me, they would see my goal and the current status just in time. It's cloud-based, so it's immediately updated for my manager as well. That's it. That's all that's necessary for updating an existing approved performance goal. However, if my priorities shifted and I needed to add a goal, at some point in the year, things change, I could click the Create button at that top right and add a goal here, just as I would have done earlier by adding the title, description, dates, weighting, etc., and clicking Submit. And if I did so, my manager would then be prompted to approve it. They would see it in their tasks at their landing page in the bottom right. I hope you found this updating goal video helpful. The last thing that I wanted to share here is goals can be canceled over time when things change, essentially no longer necessary, and maybe new goals are added in its place. And I would be able to see that in a historical view. If I were a manager, if I clicked this button, I would see an additional feature that says advance, which would allow me to send this goal over to my direct reports. See the job aid in the Cornerstone User Guide for Leaders for more detail on that. Thank you so much for joining this call on updating goals. The performance management website does have learning resources for staff and for leaders called Cornerstone User Guide, and your HR consultant is always available as a resource to support you.